January 9th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. I went to the zoo today and it got some good videos of the animals for you guys. Drove up through Raytown and I noticed a few things. I mean, there's always something going on all over Kansas City here. Don't matter if it's Independence, don't matter if it's Raytown, but went down here, I crossed over by the Raytown Police Department stuff, and this is kind of when you go cross over, like when you're heading towards over by a Blue Ridge, and you cross over by that smoke shop, and you cut across down through there. And I noticed this gentleman was walking. He was carrying a cane, but he wasn't using it to like for walking. And he had it kind of hooked back behind him, like underneath, like kind of like his jacket. I'm sure he was using it for protection, so if maybe a dog or somebody else come up on him. And on the way back too, I also seen another person that also was carrying, not the same person. I'm going to show that in a second, guys. But I want to show you something else too when I get up here. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm up here heading towards the zoo, and I noticed there's a Raytown police officer in an SUV vehicle sitting here with its lights flashing. Now, when I pulled up over here, I mean, it pulls away, but there's a truck over here that didn't, what I could see of it anyway, did not look like it had tags on it. Now, I don't know if he was talking to the individual or whatever, but the police vehicle was parked out on the street, and this truck was parked in that other area, in that whatever that is, kind of like, I don't know if it's a little convenience store or whatever over there. And it looked kind of funky because when the police officer pulls away, that truck, man, it took off like 90 mile an hour. And I don't know. I'm going to let you guys see this. I don't know how good you can see it. There goes a police vehicle right there to the left. And now there's that truck right there. Now, I don't know what this deal was, but it was weird. I don't know if maybe he was doing something in there and they called him and maybe, but it was just a weird deal. But you can see how quick, let's see if I can back this a little bit further so you can see, I don't know if I'm moving too. And he just hightailed it out of there, 90 mile an hour. Don't know what was going on there, guys. That was weird too. So I go to the zoo, and I'm always try to be aware of my surroundings, especially parking lots. Parking lots are the worst. You never know what's going to happen. My brother-in-law, he was a district supervisor. My father got him in working also for Coke marketing, and he got robbed at a bank. And something to be aware of, why this is kind of important, is because it was a setup. Because the guy that walked up to him when he was taking a deposit to the bank called him by name, which caught him off guard. Now, my brother-in-law, he carried something on him at all times, but this guy, he got the best of him drop on him on this deal. So parking lots are something really to watch out for. Always be aware if somebody calls your name too, because don't ever think that person knows you. It could be somebody just, out there that could be just setting you up. So you always want to be looking around. So everything went pretty good at the zoo. But when I come back out, there was a vehicle that was sitting at the top of the hill with its lights on. It's their signature. I like having fun with it, even though some of these people out here are goofier than anything. But what I found odd was the car was sitting there up on the hill. So I unlocked my car door. Now, okay, how long does it take somebody to get out of a parking lot? Okay, if they're leaving the parking lot. Well, my car's got a blown head gasket on it. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to leave it there for a second. It's got a blown head gasket on the hot side. Not too many people knows what that means. That just means I have a small light drip going into the exhaust burning. So that means it won't pull that antifreeze back out of the radiator again. I can only drive the car for about 45 minutes to an hour one way. Then I have to let it cool off. Then I have to dump that antifreeze from that expansion tank back in there, because if I don't, it'd burn the engine up. Well, today I was at the zoo, and this vehicle's sitting at the top of the hill, and it's got dark windows on it. Oh, there's three things I don't like. I don't like cars that don't have no license plates. I don't like any cars that got temp tags, expired temp tags. Definitely a big no-no when you're looking and those windows being tinted. Now, when you got those three things, you want to be very aware of your surroundings and be watching these people. Oh, and they like that stuff too. I mean, I'll just put it that way. But, you know, which is really stupid about this tinting. I can understand tinting them some, but some of this tinting is so dark you can't even see through. Now, that's supposed to be illegal, but it sure seems like a lot of them have it on it now. And I mean, they're very dark. There was a whole bunch of highway patrol policemen out in California that got shot and blown away because they were walking up. They had banned that a long time back. But getting on with this, I mean, common sense is common sense. Let's let everybody else know that hasn't heard this before. So I have to basically undo my, hood there and get underneath the hood and then dump my antifreeze. Well, now you'd think this car would be gone by that time, okay? It's not. It's still sitting there. And then when I go to back up, I back up real slow. I start to go around, and it whips around in front of me. And that's the stuff I don't like, because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're doing. I mean, are they waiting to rob somebody in the parking lot? Or maybe they're going to try to steal somebody's car. Now, hopefully the zoo over there in that one area, I don't like that one parking area. They're doing construction over in the other area, like where they, I like that area kind of over there where they charge the vehicles. That's where I usually park, but having to park in that center. And I'll show you also where their security always usually sits too at the zoo, but he wasn't sitting there today. And I drove back around. And I wanted to see, I always like to look at the tags. I mean, it's a good idea if they got tags. Well, of course, this got a temp on it. And I believe it was expired too. So even if it was nothing, it was one of their employees, My God, you're working at the zoo and you can't buy some license plates? I don't know. But I'm going to show that, guys. And then I'll show that other person with that stick too. So hold on. Quick little deal here, guys, too. Now, what I was going to say, this is that new shelter they built over here for the dogs and cats, animals. This over here is another problem. Now, there's guys, they'll get out there, I think there's a little baseball field out there, but I see sometimes people even have their golf balls out over there. That's not the problem. It's the problem with the ones that sit here that deal. Because this area is another one. And it's just something people to be aware of. That's where there is some vehicles. And there's always some weird stuff going on too here too. I mean, people pulling off sometimes and it's not. And some regular vehicles that sit in the same spots all the time. I don't know. Weird. Very strange. But we're going to go on up here. And just let this run for a minute. No big deal. Down here was where that one person was throwing trash out and stuff. That one day I posted a video. It was over in this area over here. And some of them will get pretty wild on those little golf carts and ATVs driving around. A couple weeks back, I was at the zoo and I almost got run over by the zoo vehicle. There's one of their old vans. Guy was about 20, 30 years old with half a beard was driving it. And he come up right behind me. Now, this was inside the zoo. This wasn't in the parking lot area. This was in the zoo. So I'm watching a little bit more. But then you got other guys. You got some union guys working in there with them and everything else. But this guy, I think he was a zoo guy. Also notice, wait a minute. Hold on, guys. That's quick. There's been a whole new set of signs that have been put up here. No parking. Well, I never park there anyway because I park over in the parking lot. But I wonder if this has got to do with Starlight or whatever over there, whatever it is. But we're going to go on from there. So go down here and you can see it's blocked off. You can't park over there because I don't like to park here. I don't like this area because it's more congested. It's easier to get in and out. But now, real quick, I'm going to point over here. On the top of this hill over here, usually there's a vehicle, security vehicle, that the zoo has up here, and they'll drive around, and they'll be sitting here, and they'll be overlooking this parking lot. Now, today, it was fairly packed. And like I say, it just, it's more congested here. It's easier if you're just backing out in one area. Greg's Lock and Key's been there a long time. Almost every day when I go, Greg's Lock and Key's vehicle sitting there. And I wonder if maybe there's somebody else doing something there. I don't know, but that's just weird. Hold on, guys. All right, so I'm going to pull in, but I want to make it to show you something though first. See this truck here? You see this vehicle here? This is important, guys, to look at your surroundings. Okay, now you see the distance in between each vehicle. So what? Okay, so we're talking. That's the third one. That's the fourth one right there. And there's no fifth one over there. Over in this area, there was another vehicle. Now, I don't know if it was sitting maybe in the sixth spot where I just couldn't see it. But I look around pretty good. I look to see if anybody's sitting in these vehicles. Don't matter if they're running their headlights or not. I'm looking to see if they're just sitting there. And like I say, but I'm going to turn in here. And see, it's pretty tight. All right. So hold on, guys. I'm trying to do this with two. Hold this on the table and everything else. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to let this run out. And then I'm going to go back. Okay, now we're going to go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. When I leave. Okay. Hold this here, guys, so you can see this. And I back out real slow because there's people that whip through these parking lots that can do 35 mile an hour. Now, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, I don't, let's see. I want you guys to see that it's vacant over there and over there. Okay, now hold on. Trying to get this in focus. Okay, guys. Now that vehicle was sitting up there a while when I dumped. Hold on, guys. Try to do this one more time here. Trying to get I don't know why it's dimming down. That's weird. Okay, and there's that vehicle. So hold on. All right, so this vehicle, you see, if I can keep the brightness up in this thing, for some reason it keeps going back down. That's weird. Hold on, guys. All right, let's see if I can just do this. And it comes around just like that. Now, okay, I unlocked my door. It was sitting up there with its headlights on. I popped my hood, dumped my antifreeze back in my engine, had to put my hood back down, set back down, backed up real slow, and it comes zooming around as soon as I backed out. Now, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. And then I wanted to see, Did it have, it didn't have no license plate on the front of it. Of course not. They never do. So we're going to go back around here. And I want to see if there's a license plate on the back of it. Because I just thought it was weird. And that's not the vehicle, it's the one that's in front of it. So we're going to just, right there. Now, that is a temp tag. I'm not going to show the other, but I am going to show the date on the deal. Hold on. Just a second, guys. Oh, okay, let's see if I can get this in. 3/14/22. Can't see the others, so you can't identify it. 3/14/22. All right. So, what was it? I don't know. You know, here you go again. That's just weird. That is weird. So I'll go on around. But I got the other numbers on it too. Like I say. Might have been nothing. You know, might have just been somebody sitting up there for lunch, working there, and just decided to whip out when I just backed out. Just luck of the draw, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show this other deal up in Raytown real quick. But like I say, these parking lots you definitely want to be aware of. Hold on just a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. This is me coming back from the zoo. But you see this lady here, she's got a stick also. There's a stick right there, guys. That's up in Raytown. So that's telling me, I mean, you know, there's lots of things going on here. You need to be aware of your surroundings. Let everybody know that, definitely. If you're out walking, it's probably good to carry a stick. Also carry mace on you. Pepper spray. You know, that's about the best you can do. Unless you're carrying a gun. But other than that, that's, you know, like I say. But definitely something to be aware of on all that. And this was just from a couple nights back over on Nolan Road, where me and my son pulled in at Arby's over here in Independence on Nolan Road here. And this is a guy that said he was going to smash our windows out in the parking lot. Independence, did call Independence. They never showed up. They never come out. And you can see he's pulling his private. Then he is, you know, he pulled his private parts as he took off there. There's beer cans, all bottles and stuff. And this is the Arby's parking lot over there, back part. We were parked halfway back behind. We weren't even over in this area, but I pulled up so the dash cam could catch him. Just another thing to be aware of, guys. I mean, we're aware of it. I just get this out there so everybody else can be aware of it too and be safe. Because it's other things to be looking for. Anyway, guys, keep your eyes open. And I got videos of the zoo coming with some cool looking animals. Have a good one.